Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about learning to love yourself. So for now, this is going to be the last part of self-love. There are four ways we can cultivate and nourish self-love in our lives. So like I explained that knowing yourself is the first step, and hopefully you watched my previous video where I gave you these questions and exercise to do with yourself. And if you have done the exercise, then you already know what and how you feel and what gives and takes away your energy, what opens and closes your heart. So the next step, which we are going to do, is we are going to use these four tools, which I'm going to share with you today, which will help you create a harmonious relationship with yourself, a relationship that fills up your love tank, a relationship which helps you to get more energy, right? So let's start directly, go to the first one. The first one is relationship with yourself. We call it the inner child. Um, I don't know if you've heard of Louise Hay, a very famous author, and she's also the owner of Hay House. They do a lot of um, inspiring stuff. If you don't know Hay House, then I will suggest you follow Hay House because they have a lot of material that you would help you to grow as a human being. And she talks about, if I'm not mistaken, I spoke about this in one of my videos of self-love where I told you about the mirror work, where she says that you take a mirror and you talk to yourself, use positive language, affirmations to create a relationship with yourself, a harmonious relationship with yourself. That is the first way to come to know yourself, to understand yourselves. Look into your eyes in the mirror and speak to yourself, and that will help you to create a relationship with yourself. And the second part, which is very important to create a relationship with yourself, is to take care of your inner child. And this too is an idea from Louise Hay. She talks about the inner child, and that the inner child is a younger version of ourselves or yourself. And so basically what you're going to do is imagine that there is this younger version of yourself who is an 8-year old. It can be any age that pops up in your mind. For me, 8-year old pops up, and remembering that this 8-year old has dreams and perceives the world in a certain way, and you are, as if you are a parent who's going to take care and help him or her to be more objective, to be more loving, to be more compassionate and caring. You're going to nurture and care for this child on a daily basis. So she calls it the me time, spending time with yourself like you would do with one of your child or with your children, and help them to grow in a healthy environment, right? So this is what is creating a relationship with ourselves. We have quite a bit of time to spend with other people. What we are going to do is focusing our attention to ourselves, to give ourselves the me time, give ourselves the space and the place to take care, to know who we are and what we want and how we feel, like a child, like you would take care of your own child. Second is forgiving yourself for all the guilt and shame you feel. And I know this is not very easy because we have so many ideas in our mind that we can't forgive others, we can't forgive ourselves. But there are a few ways you can make yourself understand that the thing you did in your life is what you thought was the right solution in the moment. If you think you can fix it, go ahead and fix it. But if you can't fix it, stop bashing yourself over it. Everyone makes mistakes except what is. And also, you can help yourself to forgive by making yourself understand that you did what you knew to be done in that time. Your understanding led you to that as a solution. Actually, I'm really going to make a full fledged video on forgiveness for next week. So you can look forward to watching it and getting more strategies to be able to not only forgive yourself, but also forgive others. And why we are using these tools, why are we trying to create a relationship, why are we trying to forgive ourselves, is because these are the tools which will clear our energies, clear the energy that are keeping us away from loving ourselves. Acceptance is the third tool I'm going to share with you today. Remember in my first video on self love, I spoke about strengths and weaknesses, that they are just the qualities that we have, uh, and that we should know where, when, and how to use them so we can take advantage of all the qualities that we have, and that will help us to clarify what our purpose in life is. Well, acceptance is to exactly know yourself and your qualities. This is how I can explain it to you. It's knowing that you have a unique machine that has a specific work that it does, and it fits right into the production line of this factory. So, knowing how to operate this machine is extremely important with all its qualities, and the machine actually has a manual of its own. Knowing to read the manual and use the specific machine in the best way you can uh, is very important. Knowing that there is no error in this machine and there is nothing that is useless in this machine. The only thing I have to learn is to operate this machine to its optimal potential. And that will make you realize that whatever qualities, whatever um, skills, obviously skills you can learn, but these qualities are unique to you and it serves a purpose. We just have to know what purpose it has and how to use these qualities. Accept who you are. Now, last tool that I'm going to introduce to you is responsibility. And no, not the kind of responsibility most people understand. Most people understand responsibility as hard work, making ends meet, feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders. Responsibility really is the way you respond to a situation instead of reacting to the situation. And not also the way you understand by carrying the world on your shoulders and worrying and feeling responsible for others' behaviors. Just taking responsibility of your part that you play. Knowing the amount of power you have in every situation of your life and not feeling the feeling of powerlessness and helplessness again. Basically, not giving the remote control in the hands of others. You are responsible for yourself, of for what you do, what how you operate in this world. That's the responsibility I am telling you to take. This too, I am going to make a complete video on this so that you understand how important it is to take your own responsibility and how it can help all of us to live a better and a loving life. Okay, so now let me wrap up. 4 important tools for learning to love yourself. First, creating a relationship of harmony and peace with yourself instead of being your worst companion, being your best friend. Forgiving yourself for all that happened, letting go of guilt and shame. They only basically bind you to the past and they don't let you grow. Third, acceptance of who you are and the qualities and skills that you have. Skills we know we can develop and we can learn, but qualities we have to adapt to take the full advantage of it in our lives, right? The last is responsibility of self. Responsibility of self, taking care of your response and stop taking responsibility for the behavior of others. Thank you very much. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified right after I have published a video. Thank you and have a nice day.